the public may not be able to attend.
The link
Just bringing it
is,
up.
sorry, I apologize. I did share the new link on Facebook, but of course I didn't until I realized that it wasn't working when you messaged me. And I know previously when we've asked Bo about things like this, he said that that's not technically part of the agendized stuff that has to be. It's the actual agenda itself that's required to be posted, the items of business. And unfortunately I forgot to hit the record when the meeting first started. So I've just hit the record now so that I can upload this to YouTube. I don't know if you want to summarize the discussion that's just been had so we have it for record and I can get that posted.
Yeah, I can quickly summarize. And that is, there's a line in the letter that states that the town will apply herbicides, and we do not have a licensed person to do that. So the Nature Connection will delete that line from the letter that we signed. And that we will, so there's a $1,500 commitment that we can take out of the parks budget. And that will be included as well. All right, did I miss anything?
Sylvia, I think.
I don't think
Okay.
so. So there's a volunteer.
Yeah. So any other discussion or comment from the board? Yes, Bill.
There's a blank in there. There's a blank in the letter. There's a blank in the letter. I don't know what that indicates. And I don't have it in front of me. Down towards the bottom, it appears to be a blank. Is that referencing something, or is that just a dash in the sentence?
So I took a look at this letter, and Ben can correct me if I was wrong, but I suggested parks go there. I think maybe they were looking for a number of parks we had or a number of facilities, and I just thought just parks, fields, or even ball fields and playgrounds. I don't know if that works for you, but I thought that's what made sense in that blank, is just parks.
Yeah. I have 4, if that's what you were, I'm sorry, Mayor, I just chimed in.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead,
there's
Corinne.
4 designated park spaces, but there is actually 5 open spaces or green spaces. So I know that, and also apologies. The other thing that I did note in the letter, and I meant to email you, Ben, was any reference to city would need to be changed to town.
Yeah, so I just shared a link there. Tammy helped do some copy editing, and she changed around some words. Nothing content related, purely yeah, her skills as a copy editor in terms of commas and punctuation and changing some order of sentences. So I pasted the link right there, and it's a working doc. So I've now taken off the in-kind commitment. I guess I was using this as a template for a bunch of the other towns and cities we're working with. And so I was hoping that whatever we end up submitting was personalized to Paonia.
Oh, yeah, I can see where you changed it to many, on the many parks, fields, and playgrounds. So if, I don't know, does the board have a preference as to whether it stands as many or as to actually put a number in there?
No concern. No concern either way here.
Yeah. Yes, Karen? You're muted. Karen, you're muted.
Okay, it says, including, wait a minute. Town of Paonia will provide in-kind support valued at TBD for the youth trail. Is that the $1,500?
Yes.
Or, well, it needs to, that may be something that Tammy fixed. I don't remember.
Yes, Michelle?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. It looks like we have two pieces of the support written into the letter. One is $1,500 per year or $3,000 total cash contribution. And then the other is additional in-kind support. And I want to make sure I'm reading that correctly.
Oh, okay. but it's
Yes,
not.
Corinne?
Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was that the in-kind would be the removal, if there was a hazardous tree on town, the town would be the one, if it, if it was deemed unsafe, would go in and at the town's expense, get the tree removed from the town property. And then we also would provide a contribution of $1,500 in 2022 and 2023 for the ongoing maintenance.
Correct. Yeah, and that in-kind contribution would be, well, because the grant has not been approved yet, that contribution would be dependent on the grant being approved by the Colorado Parks and Wildlife Board. And if not approved, I would probably want to come back in front of the board to request that we use that funds to pay our trail crew in lieu of we would have a much smaller trail crew in that case. But if approved by Colorado Parks and Wildlife, we'd be receiving about $5,000 a week or about $15,000 a year to work on the trails, including Paonia section, along with the River Park, Western Colorado Conservation Center section, and the school district section.
Okay, thank you. Are you clear now, Michelle?
I guess I put TBD because we don't know if a hazard tree falls, and that's a contribution that would be to be determined, but just stating that the town is comfortable with that responsibility of, removing a hazard tree if, say in a winter storm, there was a tree blocking, and at the town's discretion, we could move that out of the way.
Yes, Michelle.
And did I hear Corinne correctly that this would be hazardous trees that fall on the part of the trail that's town property and not the trail as a whole? Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, can I get a motion to approve the letter of support?
Sure, I'd like to
Bill?
move that we approve the letter of support for the Nature Connection as presented, the second draft that was linked to us from Ben Graves.
Okay, do I have a second?
Well, I'll second it, but were there any other amendments offered, or did that just all clarifications?
Nobody else had any other comments or things? Yeah, Michelle?
Yeah, sorry, I did have one more question. Can we commit across multiple years in the letter like this, or do we need to clarify that we would recommend including $1,500 in the second year in the budget? I'm just not sure we can commit that before we do the budget for 2023.
Corinne?
Sorry, I was unmuting. You can, so of course it's at every board's discretion, but the commitment is made, and a $1,500 line item would fall within administrator approval as well. So it would remain as a line item for 2022, 2023 at $1,500.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Yes, Michelle. Up, you're muted.
Sorry.
You've gotten out of practice.
I know, I'm rusty. Would it be possible for staff to put together a list of the in-kind and monetary support that the board has committed to going into 2022, just so we can see where we're at overall?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Anything else? All right, seeing none. Did we get a second, Amanda?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion on the table to accept the letter of support for the Nature Connection with the changes that were suggested. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, that motion carries. All right, since that was the only item on our agenda, thank you everyone for taking time to do this. Quick and easy.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure, Ben.
Mhm.
Thank you for being flexible. All right,
Yeah, no problem.
I adjourn this meeting. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks.